Hold on to your stuffed Peter Porker because the largest leak in Marvel Rivals short existence just dropped, and now we know the character roster for years. So you'll get to see the characters that you hoped would be there, if they're there or not, and the characters that you didn't hope would be there that are there. Although I think this is a really strong list. So what's going on, everybody? It's GhostRobo. Let's dive into the game we're about to dive into. I got my invite to Marvel Rivals, so I'm primed and ready to play and bring y'all content starting this Friday. I hope you guys got your codes as well. If you did not, I should have more codes to give away to you, and there will be a lot of opportunities for you to earn codes over the weekend via streams and things of that sort. Plus, they're still sending out codes. If you didn't get yours, it's not time to panic just yet. Nonetheless, we have a long list from Miller Ross, a popular data miner of this title, and it details a boatload of new characters. Now, before we get to the list, let me make it clear that Miller Ross states that this list of characters is not characters coming soon. Well, some of them will, but the entire list is probably going to take 2, 3, 4 years to get through. He says that this is a long road of characters for Marvel Rivals, and realistically, maybe even completes the roster. Now, obviously, they could add more characters intermittently from time to time, past this list, in the middle, whatever. But this is what we're looking at. So, if your favorites are not here, then they might just not be here. All right, so we have the characters that we know are confirmed for the closed alpha test, and they just dropped a video on Hela today. You're probably seeing that in the video now. So we know about Hela. We also sort of know about Magneto because Magneto is featured in sort of like this picture of characters that could be there. We know Wolverine is in that picture as well, and he was going to be in the game. So we'll skip those two, but then let's go down the list. Adam Warlock, debuting sometime soon in Marvel Snap. No, I mean Marvel Rivals. That's going to be funny. He's already in Marvel Snap, although not very good. Adam Warlock, most recently seen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This dude has a lot of talent. He is a very, very strong super person, and so we'll have to see what he can do in the game. Black Widow makes plenty of sense. Let's get the Avengers all in there. Blade. Now, we do know that Marvel is working on a Blade movie, on a Blade game. Blade has a very heavy presence in the future of the Marvel thing, the Marvel media presence, so it makes sense for him to be here and probably tied into one of those releases. I do feel like a lot of these characters will end up releasing tied to properties that they're involved with, so if you're looking at which ones could come first, last, think about what Marvel movies and what Marvel games are coming out, and I bet that's how they sort of schedule things. That's what they've done with Marvel Rivals, and I think it's worked really, or Marvel Snap, gosh, I'm going to get those two confused. Marvel Snap, and it's worked really well for them to line up the seasons and the new card drops with like different movies and events and shows. Captain America, of course, again, adding more Avengers. Cloak and Dagger, a duo of Marvel fiends that I did not know about until Snap, but now I'm pretty pumped for. I think as a dynamic duo, they could be pretty sick. Jeff the Baby Landshark, let's go! Love this guy. One of my favorite Marvel Snap cards, one of the coolest pieces of art. For anybody to draw, and a character that I don't know how the heck he's going to play, but if he's just flopping around like a fish, Magikarp style, I'm all for it. Hawkeye, again, bring in the big guns. Human Torch. Now, Human Torch starts a line of Fantastic Four characters that I think is going to, again, play heavily into Marvel's focus on the Fantastic Four as we move into the next phases and the next eras of sort of the post-Avengers Marvel Cinematic Universe. So then we have Invisible Woman coming after that, and I'll skip a little bit and just give you Mr. Fantastic and The Thing. The Fantastic Four all going to be in the game, and they make perfect sense. They all have movesets that you can think about, and they all have very dynamic typings, and they're good additions. Iron Fist, okay, another character that is very Marvel Snap relevant for me. That's how I found out about this character for the first time. Moon Knight. We know that Marvel has a lot of emphasis on Moon Knight with the Oscar Isaac show on Disney+. Psylocke, a very powerful X-Men, bringing some awesome hair into the equation. Squirrel Girl, another character I didn't find out until I played Marvel Snap and the Unmatched Marvel Teen Heroes edition, I think it's called. Squirrel Girl should be very interesting, throwing some squirrels around the battlefield. Nuts being chased everywhere. Seems like it should make for some interesting battles. We've got Thor. He was going to come in with his hammer. Of course, Ultron. I think that's going to be a sick character. I think Ultron's going to be a ton of fun to play as, and should be a nice, nifty addition to the villain side. Because if you look, this list is very hero focused. I mean, we have Magneto, which we saw in that, sort of dark and shadowy, misty little screenshot. Ultron is a good addition as well. We know that Doctor Doom is a big part of this game. Not many other villains, but thankfully the next one is Venom, is a nice villain and should look amazing in this art style. Very excited for that one. Obviously, there's a lot of Spider-Man here, but surprisingly, not any other Spider-Man villains. No Green Goblin, no Hobgoblin, no Dr. Octopus, no Vulture, no Sandman. I think those characters would all be awesome, but this does seem to be a much more hero-centric list. And we conclude with Winter Soldier, bringing some Bucky Barnes gone bad armed into the equation. And again, the Avengers cast is here, the Fantastic Four cast is here, and then some quirky ones. We do know they've added some interesting choices like Luna Snow, Squirrel Girl, things of that sort. Jeff the Landshark is awesome. So I do like that they're representing Marvel top to bottom. We've got popular characters, we've got less popular characters. I do worry a bit about the lack of villainy. I wish that if this is going to be 2 to 3 years of characters, I hope that there are more villains, right? Yes, we've got Hela in there. Yes, we've got Loki in there. I would like to see more villains. This is a very hero-focused list. Maybe the villains are hard to balance because they're usually so powerful. Like, how are you going to balance Thanos or Galactus? But that doesn't prevent me from wanting to play them. I still want to be those characters, and I still think getting a control like Thanos is freaking incredible. Like I said, I don't think that this list necessarily is the complete roster, but it does seem to be these are the ones that are all in different stages of development. They've been data mined from the game, therefore it's not just speculation, it's not just a rumor. These are all coded into the game in some capacity and are all progressing along in some way, shape, or form. Now, Miller Ross has kind of given his take on who he thinks will be coming sort of maybe the soonest, maybe the least soonest. He says that he believes Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Cloak and Dagger, Ultron, Thor, and Human Torch are the pool of characters closest to the top right now. He thinks that the next couple characters will be likely from that pool, but it'll take him a while to get a better sense of things. He thinks that Venom will be dropped around Clintar, because we also know about a few different new maps that we've got added in here, which is pretty darn nifty. Again, this is like a massive list. We've got Hydra, Erebus Base, the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, Clintar, Empire of Eternal Night, and Krakoa, all being added here. He says that Hydra Base might have been skipped during development, but Wakanda seems to have overtaken it, so he believes that Wakanda is the next map to drop, which makes a lot of sense. So then if we look at Wakanda being the next map to drop, we already have Black Panther in there. I don't know if any of these characters can sort of tie into that or not, but I would not expect any of these characters to show up in the alpha, right? Like, the roster we have in the alpha is already quite large. These characters would be coming, I believe, after launch. When is that launch? How soon do they drop new characters? No idea. We'll have to wait and see. But now we know who is going to be there and who isn't. And like I said, I think for me, the notable absentee characters are the villains. So let me know if you feel that Marvel Rivals should be including more villains. Let me know if you have any specific favorites off of this list, any surprises that you're really excited to see. I do think Squirrel Girl is a really fun, funny addition, and Jeff the Baby Landshark as well, a nice one. But if I go more seriously, I am looking very forward to playing Venom, Ultron, 2 villains. On the hero side of things, I think Cloak and Dagger could be very fun. And who doesn't love to, be Mr. Fantastic and Human Torch, at least for a little bit. So let me know what you think of this massive leak from Marvel Rivals. The closed alpha gets underway this Friday. I will be playing the game, hopefully being able to support some of you guys with some codes as well. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know who you want to play. Let me know who you think they should add. Let me know the omissions that you're mad about. And let me know what you think of the maps. I'll go over those once more for you. So the maps that they said that they found, the data mine maps, are going to be Hydra Erebus Base, the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, Clintar, Empire of Eternal Night, and Krakoa, adding onto the maps that we've already seen revealed and that are already taking place in the closed alpha. A lot of characters, a few maps. This has been a massive, big day for Marvel Rivals fans. and the biggest day is just around the corner. We're playing this thing in less than 48 hours. Super pumped to dive in with all of you, and hopefully the game plays well enough that all of these character leaks, matter. You know what I mean? Like, if the game stinks, then all of this is sort of less important. But if the game is really good, then this becomes even crazier, and I'm really, really excited. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Drink some much chocolate, and until next time, we will see you all alive.